Men that sometimes we gotta raise people. I'm gonna say this: I raised more kids than my kids because my kids had friends, and their friends were always at the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So one of the friends, his mother was a drug addict, and he probably wouldn't have made it through high school. He spent the last year and a half high school sleeping on my couch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not a kid that was my own, but I raised a lot of kids that were not my own.
Right.
So you got a kid that you raised and you thought was yours, and he turned out not to be. Now, you told me the story before, but even though he's not yours biologically and he still got your name, I know. See, the problem is not with you and him. It was the mother. She lied to you,
Yeah.
and she lied to him.
But he's so disrespectful now.
But the thing is, the reason why is probably because of the lies. You got to think about why he's so disrespectful. It ain't your fault.
Right.
It ain't his fault. It really was her fault
Mm-hmm.
for lying to both of you for his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you can still mend. You don't have to be like this, but you can still mend that relationship. You can still look. You might not be mine biologically, but you can still be my son.
Because all my other kids, they look different from him.
They look differently, but then again, you was a new father. You didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know that somebody who looked different from you could. Well, hold up now. We need to get a DNA test. First of all, back then we wasn't doing DNA tests anyway, and especially if you from Brooklyn.
You know.
Like keep it real. Like DNA tests in Brooklyn, get the fuck out of here. That wasn't happening.
Yeah, but people got game, and
And then and she had game too.
yeah,
She ran game on you.
Oh, the champ. Let me find out.
But give us example, champ. Guess what? Nobody is exempt from the game.
Oh, how about that?
We all. You remember that song? The main ingredient said everybody plays the fool sometime.
Sometimes. And what happened was, I was trying to talk to her. She don't have nothing to do with me. And then one day, all that changed around. She got a paper, and the paper was on this guy gonna be the next heavyweight champion in the world.
Hold up, slow down. Say that. So you got to slow down and say that
Read
again.
the paper, and the paper had me on the front cover of the Daily News. This is gonna be the next heavyweight champion in the world. Her whole demeanor changed towards me.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't get her to stop and talk to me.
Of course.
But when she seen that one day,
She wanted to grab onto it.
please,
Man, but hold up.
I
Guess
just
what,
wasn't
champ?
hip. I wasn't hip to the game at that point.
But exactly, because you was not playing no games.
Well, I was.
You were not, look, like you said, you don't play games. Look, did you ever play Monopoly?
Absolutely not.
Because you don't play games.
Absolutely not.
You don't play games. So,
That's why I went into boxing. Boxing is a game you play. It's
You
a
ain't-
game you do.
that's something that you do in any game you play. Even the Bible talks about boxing over 2,000 years ago. Say a man don't be boxing just to beat the air. He does it with a purpose.
Hello, come on, somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
Does it with a purpose.
Do it with a purpose.
And I did it with a purpose.
You did it. But you still walk with the purpose.
Mhm.
Even though you're not in the ring.
Mhm.
You got new purpose.
Hello. Yeah. And we're gonna make it happen.
So, but I just want to say to you, though, that you could reconnect with your son. It don't have to be, because there's animosity built there. It don't have to be. It don't have to be buddy.
But you don't understand. What I'm trying to tell you is this: if he wasn't so disrespectful, what he's out of his mouth, I would have no problem with being connected with him. He's just too disrespectful.
But guess what? He was disrespectful for a reason, because somebody that he trusted, his own mother, somebody that he respected, somebody that he thought was there to protect him, lied for 2 decades.
But listen,
Not
here's the deal.
only to him, but she lied to you.
Right.
It had to hurt him and shake him to his core,
Okay.
which would make him disrespectful to anybody.
The thing is, why be disrespectful for me when even though I heard what the outcome was, I never did nothing to you. Why be disrespectful to me?
But give example, people don't really know how to act sometimes. You can't expect, even though you raised your kids, you can't expect everybody to act like you would act or like they're supposed to act. They can only act out of what they're feeling sometimes at the time, which had to be a lot of rage, had to be a lot of anger, and had to be a lot. But I'm here to tell you that that relationship is repairable. But you are the father, and you're the one that should initiate it. It's
All
not
my
his
kids will
responsibility.
say, I love them with all my heart. I respect them. The only kid I've had an argument with is with him. And
But guess
because
what? Some of them are different, and he is different than the other kids.
Yeah, he ain't got my blood.
So, but he can still be your son.
How you bigger?
Because it's not about, just like God said in the Bible, he says that when we accept the Lord Jesus with our mouth and believing in our heart that God has raised him from the dead, that we become citizens of heaven, that become brothers and sisters. So it's not a thing that you have to be blood. It's something that you believe in your heart.
He apologized. I feel like he was sincere. We can be friends.
I know that, and this is what I'm saying, that it's repairable because he can apologize and give an example. And even if you don't do anything wrong, sometimes it takes us apologizing even when we're right, because it helps other people. If you draw somebody closer to you, even apologizing when you know that you're right is the better thing to do, because you be the better person.
You're the bigger man.
Don't you be the bigger man. Don't worry about what he does and what they do. You have always been the bigger person, and you can still be the bigger person and reconnect. Y'all ain't gotta be best friends. Nobody said that. But you can repair the relationship and say, look, even though you're not my son biologically, we can still be this. And then even if he don't apologize,
Here's my name, Riddick Bowe.
you already, exactly, look, you already got my name. Why don't we build on this? And just because she messed up, we don't have to be messed up. We don't have to be. Just because Judy messed up and lied, it doesn't, you don't have to be caught up in it.
She lied about a lot of stuff. She never loved me either.